Well, we learned a valuable lesson from last week.
Yeah, I have too much power.
We changed your name to Guilt T Man. So last week we were on our last topic anyway. I think we had said everything we needed to say about the Ghost HasLab, but when T was leaving and broadcast because they changed where the leave button used to be. So all right, I'll spare you. Will, as Dave would say. The lettering has it on point. As Dave would say, let's roll that footage.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
And me.
I'm still waiting on the music. But I've started doing everybody's headshots. So I'll hopefully by Sunday I'll be able to share some of the drawings I've got of everybody. So nice. I won't put them out there till I have individual approvals on everybody's. So anyway, it's Thursday. It's 9:00. Means it's time for Figure Action. If you're watching us live here on YouTube, thank you very much. We wouldn't be able to do the show without all of you awesome people that pop in each and every week. We appreciate you so much. So if you're watching us live, pop in over in the live chat over there. We'll be highlighting your comments and chatting with you throughout the course of the show. While you're at it, make sure you slam that like button. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. I got to ask Dave when the next Figure Reaction's going on. And I know we've been wanting to do some B-sides, so
I haven't done one yet.
Yeah. See, golden opportunity. He's looking for guests.
Yeah,
I think it would be cool to have like you and Dr. Diecast on there and talk about the ERC and
Indian contingent.
Exactly. So,
Sony can do the whole B-side.
And, we got Junkyard Crafts Built, Mr. Mike Rogers joining us.
What?
So before we get into how everybody's doing, make sure you check the link in the description below to our Teespring store. We've got a lot of great designs there. We've got some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. You're gonna look good. You're gonna help us out by buying our shirts. So check us out. I'm also working on a couple new shirt designs, but I'm potentially moving us over to Streamlabs as well, so stay tuned. Anyway, let's get into how everybody's doing, starting off with TM Review. Sony, how the hell are you, and did you get anything cool this week?
Doing okay. I got this guy, Kamek. He's pretty bad.
I was about to ask, does he have legs?
He doesn't have legs. He's got feet that don't move. His arms move, his elbow barely bends, and his head rotates. Three POA, basically. It's all right.
Well, he has elbows.
$20.
Yeah, I got it because I wanted a companion piece for Bowser, so that's the only reason. But yeah, this week I had a problem with this. So I'm in the basement here, and my stairs, they've been just having problems with making all those noises and stuff. So I've been looking into it, and I guess there's some issue with the wood, but I think you guys should also check because stairs, they're always up to something.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I had to fill in for Dave.
Well, Optimus came in here and said the odds of Dave telling a great joke today.
Hey, I just did it. Got this guy. Mixed bag, mixed reviews, mixed comments based on the review. He looks really good, so I'll give him that. He looks great, and it's painted decently, at least in this mode. But this, that's the problem: is the knees and the freaking ankles, and the transformation is a nightmare. But just putting on the shelf, I guess it's fine, but he's annoying. He's annoying. But he looks good. I don't know. I was disappointed. I'll say that.
Henry said it's not that hard, right?
They do.
The transformation.
Try doing it on camera. That's what I say. To those.
Yeah. I mean, the
this
off
guy-
camera view is still annoying.
This is from Matt. I just haven't finished reviewing it yet, but
Hurry up.
their version of Swindle. I think that's it. That's all I got.
Right.
Right. D-Man, how are you doing?
I am alive.
Hey, Serpentor.
That's all I can say. But I did get this guy. And his gun isn't bent up. Junky on crafts and builds.
How are the knees on yours?
Why are you saying Juggy on Crafts and Builds?
The left knee,
Yep.
it's like stuck at the top. So I had to force it. But when I force it, it seems like a little bit of some type of plastic flesh comes up. I might be able to cut that out.
Yeah.
I also got the wonderful power glide. And away we go. Look at that. I gave several opinions in my video. And everybody watched it, right? Yay, thank you. And today I bought one of the City Thugs from 5K Toys. Well, today I put up the review, I should say. But I had them for about 2 days. And I have opinions on this. Call them fake Chadwick.
Those pants are like the opposite of like the slut pants that women wear on the butt. It's like across the front. It's just funny.
Nick Lattery's comment here. Those sweatpants scream, tell me you have an STD.
That's what I was trying to say.
He is an angry crotch. Rawr. You know how Japanese people or Asian people and how they portray black people. So,
that might be comment of the month.
Actually, I didn't get a chance to watch the review yet. How is the articulation of the hips? Can you show that?
Yeah, the hips are awesome.
Yeah.
Like even with these pants on,
Yep.
you can kick.
Can he do a split?
There we go. You can kick all the way out to the side.
All right. Well, what about there you go. All right, Jordan, you need to do a meme where his crotch sings.
I'll have to clip this and make it the intro for next week.
But for everything else y'all want to see, watch the video. Here's one thing I didn't show: the little shotgun that he comes with doesn't look good in his big gigantic hands, but that's what it looks like with Sergeant Slaughter.
Nice.
Even though it says 1/12 scale, he's about 7 inches tall. So
Yeah.
he's definitely like tallest Storm Collectible Scorpion. And
Anyone catch T's impression of me in his review? I don't think
in my
anyone did.
Power Glide review.
Nobody knew.
I'll have to rewatch it.
But how are you, Michael?
Well, to say it's been a week is nothing short of fabulous in regards to non-toy related stuff per se. Dealing with some changes in companies and understanding
It's not
that.
always fun.
Yes, I know you've been dealing with something similar here recently.
Yeah.
But you know, what was chaotic in the beginning is turning out a little bit better based on some conversations with supervisors and stuff. That being said, put on top of that, we're trying to get ready to go on vacation here Saturday. So of course, everything is utter chaos. So I'm not going to be able to stay too late this evening, guys. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure I got in here to say hi to everyone in the chat and such. But toys, okay, real quick, because it has been another chaotic event. So Nerdzoic, I got this lady. So this is the Cosmic Legion's Zaire Spire. She's really cool. My
Ziri?
first Zirian. Zeerian. But she's pretty cool. My first Legions figure, probably my only Legions figure, because the articulation, obviously, we come to expect a little bit different than from other retail stuff. But all the accessories from the time I've had to actually open her up is pretty cool. So there's that.
Slightly better than Super 7's articulation.
Yes, and much better sculpt.
What was the turnaround like with Nerds? I watched the channel. I haven't bought anything from them, but
so I picked this up. I think Wednesday. No, I'm sorry, Thursday last week. Shipped it Friday through UPS. Had it in hand on Monday. They're out of Harrisburg, Mechanicsville. So,
wow.
Not
Meanwhile,
bad.
T and I ordered them, and it took 2 years.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, you guys definitely played the long game, so I'm very, very good for that. So, all right, Kay, I can't remember if I showed her last week, but I found more copies of her. So, so this is Dave's copy. Dr. Diecast has another copy on his way.
Are they cheap or something?
No, but they were at the time that they were not showing up down here. So when you see them, you grab them.
Oh.
So, so last week I had a Crimson Guard. I traded him for a bazooka. So Hasbro, of course, would then send me mine. Let's see. Amazon was to send me a rock and roll. So,
Oh my!
this is the rock and roll they sent me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks so much different.
Just a little bit. But my friend Marco went to GameStop and got me one. So I want to thank him for that. Oh. And apparently, it's been forever since I've been in a. Oh, hi. So it's been forever since I've been in a GameStop, but the one he went to up in Joppa, I guess. Does GameStop usually sell Transformers now?
Yeah, it's been
they do.
a recent thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
In fact, that's where I've found all of the game series so far.
I've never seen one.
Yeah,
I haven't been to GameStop in months.
All I know is when I go into GameStop, I just see Wong everywhere. So
you ain't Wong.
No.
Hi, Colin.
Wow. Yes. And finally, again with Hasbro, when they sent that, Amazon sent me my other torpedo, which the knee's better than the first one because, like you said, the left knee, mine is literally frozen on the first one. So this one I can actually move a little bit easier. And that's the big mess that I have. Oh, no, I'm lying. Marco also gifted or got me this guy, the Endor Trooper. And he's actually like the other Black Series figures I picked up were not really that interesting or enjoyable. This guy's really cool. And he's got a lot of accessories with him in a swappable face. So he's a little price. I guess he's $33 for I guess the 40th anniversary or whatever. But,
I will allow it.
Yeah. But anyway, he's cool. All right, that's it. Matt, how are you?
No reason for concern.
He was waiting to deal with the solo layout.
I was waiting for the transition, and it didn't happen.
Why do you look different?
So I look different.
Hair Club for Men.
He has darker mustache.
I think you're growing out your lamb chop.
Wait a minute.
I think he got punched in the face too.
Remember, my 9-year-old's watching, so let's be kind.
Wait a minute. I know where I've seen this man before.
He's clicking something, so I'm just gonna wait.
Wait, here we go.
It's on Lazy Town.
It's like Magnum PI.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I think that is a compliment too.
Only Game of Thrones fans will get this one, but.
You know, you could have. There's a lot worse things you could have compared me to. So, Peter Baelish and Magnum PI, I'll take both of those. Maybe a combination of both. And both of those references will go over Colin's head, so I'm okay with that.
There you go.
All right.
So I got a few things. I haven't been on here really since TFCon, but I'm not going to get into all that. I got some stuff. Don't worry about it. But the recent things I picked up from Shozi, I got the new cheapo third-party roller that is awesome for $35. Like, even if you don't collect third-party, there's kind of no reason not to get this guy.
Yeah,
He
makes you
is,
question your choices.
yeah,
for
he's a
buying.
retail cost figure.
Right.
He's bigger than a $35 retail Voyager figure with die cast, 3 accessories, and fully painted. So
I didn't know they had diecast.
yeah, the feet in the lower part of the robot motor die cast. So
The MP version is smaller and costs more than that.
right. So even, like I said, even if you don't collect third party, I would go pick this guy up. He's worth it. There's 3 versions. So
When does the red one come out?
the this one, then the blue one, and then whatever that last colored was. I guess it's red. I don't remember.
Yeah. I have the blue one waiting for me to finish paying.
I had originally had the blue one on pre-order, but the silver reviews for the silver one looked pretty sweet, so I changed
Red one
it.
is coming soon, which means in the next week or 2.
Right. My other pickup is something I've very much been looking forward to. I have never ever owned a vehicle Voltron set, so I finally picked one up. This is the Action Toys ES Gokin Super Deformed Vehicle Voltron team. It's every bit as good as the Lion Force version of this guy, and fully posable, butterflies, joints up the wazoo. Like he's ab crunch. He's got everything you'd want. Fully busts apart into 15 vehicles.
Do the blade shurikens come off the arms?
They
For the
do.
silver?
There's different versions. This is the combined version, and then they have
Big one.
larger for the helicopter, and then he has blade gripping hands, so he can hold it as weapons in robot mode.
Very nice.
Yep, he's got his. I don't know what the names of the other weapons are, but he's got the lance, like the staff in both extended and collapsed. He's got the whatever the nunchucky thing is that with the battering thing on. I don't even know what the hell it's called, but he's got a ton of weapons.
The nunchucky thing.
He's got the hands that. So anybody that knows, oh, Colin, I'm your dad. You're my son. I guess I should spend less time with toys and more time on education.
He did say, I mean, so.
He did correct himself.
Okay, good. So he comes with multiple hands, as vehicle Voltrons tend to do. These are the display hands, the flayed out like posing hands, and then the one that comes on the car, and then this one's the gripping hand. Anyway, I'm so glad I picked this up. This thing is amazing. Super. There's only one joint in the entire thing that I'm actually concerned about, and it's this kind of the problem that's MDLX line has been plagued with, is that the hip here it's not loose, but it's on a very thin mushroom. So I have no reason to believe it's going to be a problem, but I just try to stay cognizant of that. But otherwise, that's my pickups. That's all my words for now.
Sportimus wants to know whether or not that roller fits in the trailer. I'd assume.
I've never tried. I've got the trailer on display, so if you guys keep rolling, I will go check real quick.
I've seen it.
Didn't you do it, Sony? In your review?
Yeah.
So.
Oh wait, what?
Does
Roller.
the third party roller fit into the MP trailer like
Yes.
normal?
Yep.
Okay,
it's in
never
my
mind.
review.
I won't do it.
It's excellent.
Sportimus, I wasn't into super deformed toys either, but like these two things they warm your bitter heart. That's what it comes
It's
to.
Voltron. So
And
yeah,
not only that, but this is a vehicle Voltron from a company called Action Toys, and I'll bet we talk about another one later tonight.
Wait, that's Action Toys?
It's the same company.
Oh.
If you go into the listing on Big Bad and click the company, this will come up.
Now I know
So-
why they made those ones first.
So either they're either they're named the exact same thing and they're different, but I can't. I mean, they're both fully licensed vehicle Voltrons made by a toy company with the same name. They're probably the same company.
So I don't have the Action Toys thing you're talking about on the docket, so put it in the
That's
private chat and all.
Absolute fail.
Oh
Fail
no,
sauce.
no, it's a beautiful piece.
Well, I missed it.
Zero.
Jordan.
How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. It's been quite a week at work. It's my first full week back since vacation, which just back to reality and of course getting ready for the next phase of our project. So hopefully, I don't think it's going to be like last year where I was just kind of MIA throughout October. But I think our first weekend is going to be a little bit rough, and then we're going to kind of just kind of go into regular business hours because the project I've been working on is about to finalize, and we're getting like new assignments after the project. So it's been eventful. And then of course I finally, everybody does the New Year, New Me. I decided during vacation that I was going to go on a hardcore diet and start exercising, and I finally did that. And it's been good. My body hates me right now for going back to the gym and eating right, but
My body wasn't ready.
my body was not ready. Matt's trying to show us something, and this is a
What
fun
the-
angle.
That's freaky. It's too.
I thought the
You
Jamie
weren't supposed
Foxx
to
was-
pay any attention to that. You were supposed to keep rolling on and not worry.
That was
I don't-
like one of those.
I was dropping the link in our private chat. I was just doing it from my phone because it was easier. And instead, you stop your whole shtick and focus
No.
on something that was supposed to remain behind the scenes. Well done.
No, StreamYard, I think, does it automatically.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It switches.
No, don't stick up for him. He forgot the other Voltron. Just you need to keep talking about your haul, sir, and your week.
And not at all about
So yeah, I'm dieting and exercising, and it feels good to do that. I'm just waiting
job.
I'm waiting to not feel like crap. I'm waiting to feel like
Awesome.
awesome again. Yeah, and that's been the thing is like I've been going through crashes. I've cut my caffeine consumption down to like maybe like a tenth, not even a tenth, probably like 5% of what I was drinking. I quit drinking sodas.
awesome.
Not drinking beer for the foreseeable future. I love beer, and I'll try and figure a way to make it work down the line. But
Do you have a workout partner?
no, it's just me. So, but Lex
Fella,
is
get on board. Get on board, Lex.
she wants to
I
start.
know you're watching.
She wants to start going to the gym with me and start working out next week.
Have you thought of making your workout partner beer?
That was the problem. Is I did that for 3 years, and it just did not work out well to my advantage. Well,
No gym, no gym, and no Jack, right?
well, I can have like so. Here's the thing is like doing like keto stuff. I'm only gonna allow myself to have like maybe a couple drinks a week, and it's got to be very low calorie, low sugar stuff. We're having a family cookout during the weekend, and I'm gonna let myself have like a deep eddies and water, just to cut loose a little bit, enjoy myself, but at the same time not really going crazy and not breaking ketosis, that sort of stuff. So but I've already
Keto?
I'm doing carnivore, but that causes ketosis.
Oh, nice.
So
That's what we're doing.
yeah. Oh, you're doing carnivore?
No, I'm a keto.
Oh, you're in keto? Okay.
Hmm.
I'm doing 60 days of carnivore to see how I like it. And then if it becomes too much, I might switch over to keto. But, I don't want to turn this into a diet podcast. So I'll talk about stuff I got. It's predatoring on me, but I got the mystery machine from the buzzword.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I know. Hey, let me
Just kidding.
let me off the green screen for a second. So I got Toe Line, and I mean he's pretty cool. I think he actually has better tolerances than the original one. I really just wanted him to be armor for Toxitron, So that was my main reason for getting him. Much like everybody else, I got Torpedo. Mine actually had no issues with either of the knees. Like you guys had me, everybody had me scared. I saw like people having like the harpoon being like a piece of spaghetti, like they had been boiled.
Yeah, that was my first one as well.
Yeah, but I got lucky with mine. I guess there's no issues as far as tolerances go. I also got from Henry. Well, not really from Henry, it's from Toy Dojo, but Henry, I suspect, sent it to me, is Warthog. And he's okay. I
think they tried to do too much with him.
I agree. And you know, I'm selling my I'm selling my DX9, but you know, it's just like when I got him, I'm like, yeah, the DX9, you know, the DX9 was fine. And he wasn't over-engineered, and you know, it's just you know, it's just one of the things of being a fans toys fan. You know, when I'm critical of them, people question that. But
it's funny too, because I was watching TM Reviews comparison video, the verses earlier today, and you showed you were doing a comparison against the Toon image, and you put up the Toon image of Power Glide next to the two figures, and you're like, well, this one here, then this one here, and I'm like yelling at my phone to you. I'm like, the Power Glide from DX9 looks exactly like the Toon image except the feet. I'm like, even the wings are curled in a little bit, and they're the right size, and then the right portion to the head. And you were like, well, it's kind of. I'm like, I downvoted the video. No, I didn't.
I'll take it.
I feel like the fan switch Power Glide's a little too tall, isn't it? I didn't know. Did you do a size comparison against the Sunbow?
It is bigger, but I didn't do a Sunbow thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to look at the Sunbow
You're
chart.
taller than Bumblebee, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but so is Richtofen and Richtofen.
Yeah, but those mini bots also change their scale so often.
Yeah.
So, hey, what's going on, TKO podcast? Long time.
Frickin' Voice was riding inside of Huffer.
Right. I think it's the other way around, wasn't it?
I don't know if Freakenstein was talking about Warp, the Power Glide, or not. So he's just wondering how much.
Or he could be doing a bad impression of a Native American.
Or he's propositioning Madigan. I don't know. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I think last fourth time for everything.
I got Sony had this, and he was just like, whoever wants it, pay shipping. And I was like, okay.
So that was quick as shit.
Yeah, well,
I mean, Jesus.
Going down the East Coast, obviously not that much.
I also ship very quickly.
Yeah,
I feel like you just asked him about that yesterday.
Well, I guess this was your placeholder for a Toon Shredder.
Let's be real. He drove down and gave it to you.
Yeah.
Just so
he also gave me this awesome sticker. Like when I opened up the box the right way, and I was like, "Oh, that's funny." So I think this is going on the Yeti.
Hey, that's from Freakenstein. He's in our chat.
Oh, nice. Well,
he
does
sent
awesome
me
work.
like a stack of really cool stickers like that.
Yeah.
So ever since I got those, I've been sending them when I send something to somebody because they're just cool.
Yeah. Well, Freakenstein, this is awesome. I gotta get some stuff from him because, like, when I opened this up, I was like, I like feel like you saw that sticker and like, yeah, Jordan needs that.
Oh,
So,
Tony, is that Freakenstein was the dude that you talked to outside the convention hall that you never introduced me to because you're rude, right? Right? You all just sat there and talked like old buddies for like 10 minutes, and I just sat there hoping for a handshake, and you're like, F this guy next to me. I don't know why he's standing here.
And then for the rest of the weekend, I kept forgetting to introduce him to anybody.
To everybody. Like, I just had to just muscle in on the conversation. I'm like, hi, I'm white, but I'm not a ghost. I'm Sony's friend.
well, Freakenstein, if you're looking for the DX9, I have my Power Glide with the box and everything. So,
well,
It took me
Freakenstein,
forever,
it would have been nice to meet you, but
That's the one
Sony didn't want us to.
Sony gave me one as well, so this one's really cool. So Freakenstein, they're awesome. Like them.
here I'm gonna.
Oh, sorry.
Couple people make it. That's great.
Yeah. They're funny.
Love it.
They're all funny.
Yeah, that very nice. Thank you.
All right. Well,
And in regards to fans toys, Jay is correct. It's an A10 Warthog, so it should be big. Like, I do like how the fans toys mass shifts into, seeker size more or less when it's in alt mode, but the process is apparently soul crushing. So
I just figured out how to make the knees better, not fixed, but better. You can
Did you align it?
you basically loosen this screw right here. Can you embiggen me
yeah.
for just a second, really quick? So you loosen this screw right here on the inner thigh, and then you tighten.
Did we just lose everyone?
no,
No.
we're good. Keep going.
No. And then you tighten that black screw in there.
There we go.
Then when you bend the knee, it will actually bend at the upper knee, not the lower knee. It's mildly better, but not it's not solved, but it's mildly better. I recommend you do that.
And this is where T-Man does his T-Man's how-to surgery video.
I might actually do one.
Right. That solves everything.
I might actually do one for that.
The fun part is collapsing the legs after you bend the knee.
Oh. No, that's why I'm offering this fix, is because normally when you bend the leg, it pulls out that freaking thing, and then it's impossible to put back.
And I think TKO Podcast asked the question everybody wants to know. And we had this question in our private chat for the show, because with Cliff Jumper or Parkour, they went with the Penny Racer, not the
Right.
Porsche. And here they're going with a very, very, very accurate alt mode.
I mean, the past 8 figures from Fans Toys have all been super accurate tune, and at no matter the cost, right? Tune no matter the cost.
Right.
And then all of a sudden we go super realistic with this one. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why?
Yeah.
He's
Why
probably
choose-
an old design.
That's what I think.
I would leverage
Drugs.
Well, speaking of weird designs, if you clicked on our thumbnail, you knew we were going to talk about this, but we got a reveal for the missing link.
Yes.
So actually, I was thinking before we get into that, the Gladiator's right. Did Fans Toys hire an ex-Transpot designer? Kind of feels like that.
Well, everybody get this guy, turn the bump around on his head so you don't do a whole review
Like me.
with the bump not being there.
Like me and T-Man.
How many comments did you guys get to say, hey, you should rotate that?
At least 6.
Okay.
I only got one, thankfully. They like talking to Sony.
Yeah. Did you guys see the who's the guy that does all the stop motion?
Manga motion.
Yeah, his. I saw his a little bit today too. I was like, little drama.
Yeah, he did not like it.
Yeah, I said I think that's the first time I've ever seen him like
Angry.
even frustrating transformations. He just kind of makes a smooth video for it. This one, he's like, I can't even pretend for my stop motion. This is
Well, the Still Fit Shozy store is the place you should buy the stuff.
he didn't pay for the beat, so.
I'm thinking that he's been enjoying the trans art stuff, those Beast Wars.
Yes, definitely.
Just because they're simple, they're masterpiece scale, masterpiece quality, but Beast Wars style transformations.
Hey, this thing is cool. I think this is like a dream thing. for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So the 9th is when we get high res pictures.
Yes.
And the price, probably.
Well, we do have speculative prices right now, so it's about $70.
Yeah.
So there's 2 flavors of this. There's the anime version, which I don't know why they're doing.
It's just without the trailer.
Right. So but it's also got blue windows, and it also has, if you look here, it's got the yellow on the bumper. So you get your Energon Axe, Ion Blaster, and a Matrix. So here they've translated it. Which basically, I don't know what the secret film collection card is.
That's
Yes,
the
that's just
decoder. The little red decoder.
that makes sense. So they're probably going to do old school packaging, or
Text
at least,
specs, yeah.
text
Cool.
specs.
So for anybody that doesn't know that's watching this, they basically are taking the original G1 Optimus Prime toy and they are adding modern articulation.
Right.
I love it. I want it.
I wanted to, but
I want it, but I was like, they're
You don't wanna pay
already
for it.
charging an arm and a leg for the real reissue, and
Yeah.
now they're adding modern articulation. The hands even open.
right.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool and all. I haven't seen any mention of diecast in these.
I'm willing to bet it does have it.
It should.
Yeah.
You know,
They should have it.
even still, just because I don't think that this warrants the price they're asking. Like, I understand the cost of everything's gone up, but I look at stuff like Masters of the Universe Origins and like what Playmates is doing with their transforming turtles, and I like the way this looks, but I just don't think the cost is justified at all.
I think the difference with Origins is they didn't use the original molds. They made all new, cheaper molds. So I say cheaper, but like using today's technologies, if that makes any sense.
I mean,
like they're all new figures.
I get what you're what you're getting at, but I can't see these requiring much, if any, re-engineering. I mean, you basically just take the cab, you take the head. I mean, they're designing really any molds. I'm curious what size these are going to be, because if this is the same
They
size,
should be the original.
So they obviously have to design some of the mold because there's going to be built-in new joints, right? So they can't take the old one. There's got to be some new engineering to this. I would even venture to say that it's probably fashioned after the old one, but every piece is probably going to be new. Like, I mean, it'll still look and feel like the old one, but have, everything else new to it. So, I think the price is outrageous. Don't get me wrong. The alleged price is outrageous. Especially when you look at the transitional difference between the anime without the trailer and then the price of the one with the trailer. The trailer is not worth that.
The trailer's like
what are the price? Let's stop dancing around it. What are the prices?
It's $70 for the anime version, and then $120 for the version with the
what?
version. Yeah,
Right.
$120. And I mean, this is going to be essentially
right, $50 for the trailer.
Well, hold on. We don't know for sure, and also we haven't seen the Amazon Japan price yet.
Correct.
Correct.
All this is speculation. All we have are these grainy pictures, and then what was it? Information out of a eHobby or some kind of magazine overseas.
Yeah, so if you go up here, there's links and what's the site? So this is
What is this?
Game Funhouse. This is a site that has it up for pre-order.
Is this like the legit site?
It's, as far as I know, it's a legit site. It's a Chinese site, not a Japanese site, though.
Okay.
Well, we were actually going to have we voted earlier today, and Sony, you need to order one off of here and let us know.
But yeah, I
I'll
mean,
take the fall.
the Amazon Japan listing is going to be interesting. Larkin has an interesting tidbit here. He says Japan retail prices are normally high, but then discounted.
It comes down.
You know, normally it used to be 33% was like the cut. Now it's like 20 or less.
Right.
I think for what Jordan was talking about, I think that the toy should be totally a new figure, built like they build figures today, but they could add some extra stuff like diecast, and it shouldn't cost as much. That's what my brain tells me, but I know there's a lot of engineering that goes into it.
Can you embiggen that again?
Yeah, and I think if this was like basically, you know, just a little bit more expensive than leaders, you know, the leader scale price, because this is a small figure, and the leader Optimus Prime trailer, while a bit smaller and flimsier, it doesn't require that much. I think if they sold this at 70, this whole thing, and then gave people two options, like, hey, you can get a toy colored one, or you can get a cartoon colored one, or anime colored one, I think it would do much better rather than, you know,
Because we're
What the
assuming this thing is 1-to-1 with the original toy, right?
That's
Size-
what I would
size-wise.
say.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
so.
That would be perfect to me.
Right. And
Yeah.
Lark, no, Princeton had a good point. This is labeled CO1 with the other version being CO2.
Yeah.
We know the Megatron is fake. Someone faked the
Yeah.
Megatron.
So
But I guarantee, I say this now, I guarantee you will see a Seeker in this line.
100%.
And I'll bet this line continues. I'll bet they
Yeah.
rework every last one of those molds they can.
I don't know how they would do the Seeker because
Well,
he's
that-
mostly parts forming.
Right.
No, his only parts forming is his hands.
Yeah.
The
And
hands, the
wing,
landing
wing.
gear,
Let's get back to
the
Optimus. Are
wings.
But what are they going to do with Prime's hands?
Yeah.
Are they going to? I'll bet they have him open, unfurl, and then tuck into
Oh.
his.
Yeah.
his
Yeah, it looks like
arm.
they fold in.
Yeah. He's standing right in front of me, like he's hovering.
He's letting us know. That's the best part.
No,
Yeah, but
he's
he does,
happy that
like he
it's
said before, he
summertime.
cares not at all about any of this. I failed him as a father.
But he loves seeing his father get passionate.
Yeah, looking at this one, you can see it doesn't have the articulation.
Right.
Yeah. It's a good fake though. We'll give it.
It was
that.
a good fake.
But
It was.
I do think so. TKO podcast asked, do they still allow the sale of gun toys in Japan? I mean, they did the MP36 Plus version not that long ago, so I think they probably still do.
Yeah, you see the orange cap.
They don't care in Japan.
Yeah.
Right, and this is Takara, not Hasbro. So
Right.
there's always the possibility there.
Larkin
But-
says, well, we're freaking science coming first. The Transformer I want to make it an 8-foot Soundwave with a touchscreen that I can play music videos in his chest. Yeah, I mean, I could see somebody doing that. That'd be
Soundwave would be so easy for this.
Yeah. And I could see if this does well, them doing a whole bunch.
Yeah, grapple and hoist, they already have like the beginnings. I mean, grapple and Inferno, I meant.
You
It
know,
always
this-
drove me crazy that they had legs that look like they have articulation, but they don't.
Right, the car bots like Prowl or the Dots, like they're prime pickings for this kind of thing because they had the proportions. They just needed the joints. But then you've got figures like Hound. If you recall G1 Hound, his arms are like little teeny tiny sausages that hang down from his hubcaps.
So they're Dave scale.
He's got Dave scale arms. So I don't know what you would do there. Like they'd have to retool the arms and it wouldn't be original looking.
I don't think every figure would work for this.
No, I agree. Ironhide would be a shambles.
You know what I want?
To redo it.
You guys know what I want?
I know you want a Jetfire.
You want a Jetfire.
You want a wind charger and a gears.
They make a Jetfire. I don't care what it costs. I'm buying it.
Now, I think Bumblebee would be a smart one to do, and I think if they really wanted to justify that price, they should bundle Prime and Bumblebee together.
But also, Sony wouldn't. I don't
They
know.
can't
If
do
Jetfire would be a
Jetfire.
good. Do they? I mean, Jetfire had decent articulation for the time.
Only in
That
the
and it's not owned by them. They wouldn't be able to
They
use it at all.
They can
Yeah.
license it.
That's why I said if they
Yeah.
did it, I would buy it no matter the cost.
Same thing with like like who even owns the Galaxy Man mold anymore? Radio Shack's defunct.
Right.
I think
Or the G1 Jazz.
yeah.
What I think needs to happen. So, T-Man, after the show, I need you to get on the phone with Larry Hasbro and Bob Takara and get the Jetfire mold back in their wheelhouse. Okay.
Yes.
You might have better luck at that.
They do like me over there.
Yeah, the emails say Matt at the top.
Yeah, we're kind of on a first name basis. I'm not gonna lie.
Just use
All
your
right.
baelish powers.
Well, speaking of figures that, speaking of figures getting updates, they've been doing that whole Versus series that's very similar to what we used to get in the Takara Tomy Beast Wars days. Let me see if I can get a larger picture of this here. There we go. All right. So, Takara Tomy is finally giving us the one Beast Wars repaint that has semi-piqued my interest. That being the Tarantulas and Dinobot Versus pack. Very curious to see this in hand because I thought Legacy Dinobot was pretty well done.
Yeah, why do you care about this?
Because this is a way better deco for Legacy or sorry, not Legacy Dinobot, Kingdom Dinobot.
Oh, okay. The paint.
Yeah. So just as a refresher, Kingdom Dinobot looked the part, but he was really, really lacking in paint. Here, let's see.
I'm good.
You can still get him, but yeah, mostly on the lakes here. I'm not sure how well that's showing up.
Yeah,
but
I'll just pretend he has the paint.
Right. I'll use my imagination.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm doing the
cost
window
more?
share. Yeah, I mean they're import figures.
Yeah,
They
they're
are going
$20 more, 25.
Oof,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's gonna be a pass.
Here, we'll do a quick side by side, but yeah, it's a little bit different. You get a better colored sword, though. It's still it's still purple.
I'm laughing at Matt, laughing at his son.
A pass for me. I don't care about the minor paint. I have the masterpiece version.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not worth chasing dragons to get slightly better.
There we go. We need
It's the cameo.
we need you to hug your. We need you to give your dad a hug. Just watch his
Isn't he here?
Oh.
watch his goatee.
Well, I mean, he's probably watching us. He's probably the source of the echo.
Oh, he can't hear us because he's got the headphones on.
Yeah, but he's watching. He's have you liked
At
our
least
video?
like the stream.
Have you not liked our video yet?
Did he subscribe and ring the bell?
Okay, now now you can come sit back down.
Except he doesn't have a figure action shirt, so never mind. You're off the couch.
Yeah, but this is the highest selling IP in the world, so
Pokemon.
obviously he's got Pokemon stuff.
Dude, that
Nice.
that Dinobot, that MP Dinobot's worth a lot.
Yeah, because they didn't reissue them.
They got very expensive.
Okay, man.
Do you remember at TFCon when they had the table full of them?
I remember Lance was part of that.
Yes, Lance was a part of that.
Mm.
Well, speaking of Pokemon, you guys remember one of the Pokemon competitors, like from the early 2000s?
Nope.
No.
Well, I guess I was being overly vague, but Metabots. You guys remember this thing?
Is this Digimon?
It was like Digimon, but with little robots that I think they're called Metarots in Japan. But we get an actual year for this thing. Like I remember when they came out.
These transform?
I remember them. I remember them vaguely having like some weak transformations, but like they weren't like real transformations. Really, some of them did. I thought.
I think they powered up like
Yeah.
Digimon.
The number of Nintendoroid or like super deformed things coming out is crazy. It's like every week we've had something.
But this is apparently the next crossover, Transformers cross Metabots. So no pictures yet, other than they're showing that we're getting an Optimus, a Primal, Beast Megatron, and I'm not sure where these things fit in. But yeah, that'll be the next crossover. So
I'm good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
What else we got?
And it may only be for the mobile game, but that is their next crossover. Well, let's look at a mainline figure real quick.
Yeah. Well, while you're getting that prepped up, gentlemen, I got to say goodnight. Obviously, it's been fun. Colin, it's great to see you. And everyone in the chat, I hope you guys have a great time. I'll try to sneak in next week.
Close the browser, unlike me.
Well, I don't think he's not on mobile. So
Yeah. I'm going to click end broadcast now, guys. Okay. Bye-bye.
Like,
See ya.
So more or less this week in repaints, another EarthSpark figure using a Cyberverse mold. So yeah,
Boring.
yeah, and of course they're putting the Build-A-Figure pieces, and I guess like Mandroid has multiple arms for this line, but yeah,
What's the Build-A-Figure?
he comes with yet another arm for Mandroid. So if you want Mandroid to have a second cyborg arm, I guess this is.
Hey, look, he looks just like that artwork.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
Not.
He looks like Metal Hawk in the artwork.
Yeah.
The IDW version, I mean.
Yeah, this is a very lazy repaint.
you
but
have Nightshade in these pictures coming up, or
no.
Yeah, I bought one of them and then I just gave up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just quit that line right now.
Didn't you get the drone, the main character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to get both Terrans, but I don't care anymore.
I had Twitch and Megatron, and they were so bad I returned them. Like they were by far the worst mainline Transformers that I had bought that weren't authentics.
I put
They were that bad.
I put Nightshade and Grimlock in the chat when you're ready.
I thought we had covered Grimlock, but we'll take a look here. Okay, so let's get these pulled up. So
You might have to scroll down a little bit.
It is.
Sportimus
Right there.
asks,
there we go.
does it seem like the Red Series is dead? We hope so.
Yeah, and not every Walmart carries them, which is the weird
Right,
thing. So
which is odd.
Have we seen this?
I had seen the
I haven't
Owl
seen
mode.
it.
So yeah,
That's pretty cool. I give it props for a different alt mode, something
yeah.
unique. Does it come with the trash can? What does it come with there?
It's the torso from Android.
It looks like a trash can.
It's weird when they have human Build-A-Figures in
Yeah.
a robot line,
That's-
and that they're also not in scale. And then Grimlock, who shockingly is,
we saw.
yeah, I think we've seen him. Is he? He looks to be just a repaint of the Cyberverse one.
Yeah.
So, because I know Shockwave already is, Starscream is. Starscream's not even on the back of the box. They're just like, oh well. And it's interesting here with Grimlock. Okay, you get the leg, but yeah.
Burn it with fire.
All right, let's get into a more exciting one. And this one is who all here is back to Saurus?
I mentally backed it.
Well, we get some product images, so I'm pretty sure this is probably the near final.
Listen, it looks incredible, right? The throne is amazing.
Does it?
The accessories are amazing, but I'm not.
It's
rolling
gonna be
the dice.
amazing, Tony.
Not rolling the dice at $200 again. Not doing it.
I feel like Sony, every time though you try to apply non-retail standards to retail figures. I feel like you're going to be disappointed by something like this.
Is this retail?
No,
It
this is
shouldn't be.
HasLab.
But they turn out retail
basically
figures.
retail.
Right, and that's
mean,
where
It's
I
still,
check out. Right?
It's still
'Cause-
HasLab is still I'd still consider that retail based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just retail with money behind it.
Yeah.
I feel
Right.
like Unicron did not feel retail to me.
Well,
personally.
To me, it does with all them daggone waffles and the pancakes.
I will say the plastic they used on Unicron was at least a step up from what they had been using.
Well, it almost had to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't
They
get away
put-
with cheap plastic on that, or that'd be a nightmare.
They put as much money behind it as possible, but it was designed like a retail figure.
Right. Right.
G Tony says, "Hope Hasbro doesn't mess this up." And I know, like they had to replace a lot of Victory Sabers, and I debated sending mine back, but the flaws on mine were so minor. Like I had a scratch on the chrome, and I had like a couple paint goofs, but they weren't bad
Right, but
enough.
you would have been gambling on what you would have gotten back. Is the
Exactly.
problem.
So that's ultimately why I decided not to wait, because I was like,
Yeah.
they said it was indeterminate too. They were like,
Yeah.
we don't know when you're going to get it, but we'll get to send you a replacement.
And that sort of stuff's kind of terrible because, I mean, what if they forget you and then they're like, oh, well, all we can do at this point is give you a refund. And you're like, well,
Don't laugh.
yeah.
That's why I took the refund. 'Cause
Very
I was like,
serious.
I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But anyway, I hope it comes out good. People that backed it, I think it's a good thing to back these things because they're doing something that we want, right? They're doing a next level figure.
Most of the
upgrading it,
time,
working
yeah.
it. Like, I hope they do more of this.
Well, and I like the way that if something like the Rancor was so poorly presented, so poorly thought out, it crashed and burned.
Right.
And then something like the Ghost, while expensive, was exactly what Star Wars Rebels fans were looking for, and they showed it. They flocked to it. Same with these. Like, these were what this is a way for these designs to get out that wouldn't normally penetrate into a U.S. based market because they're not they're not American figures. They're not, American characters.
Right.
So this is the way.
I think the Ghost looked so amazing it made me want it.
I
I've
wanted it
never
too,
watched
but
that show.
it's about $100 over what I wanted to pay for it. But I can't. I see value there in the Ghost. I see where it's going, where it's coming from.
But as we were saying last week, it's like that ship is very beloved by people that there's a lot of Star Wars fans that love Rebels. So I think that one made sense. It's not one that'll work on retail shelves, but to send it out to like the hardcore fans that wanted to back it, I think that was basically where they were at. And Larkin puts it pretty well. He says it's a good way to test the waters, and I think that's they're not
hardcore collectors.
really a gamble.
This is honestly, worth the cost.
Yeah.
I mean, what they're giving you here, they're giving you a lot for this.
What was the funding price on this?
180?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Yeah.
that's even better than I remembered. So
Yeah. So he's basically like
Good on
a Titan
Yeah.
class, but not. So
Right.
Yeah.
It's worth the cost as long as they don't fuck it up.
and see that this is what I don't understand. Like
Yeah.
in my brain,
Mess
I would
it
think
up.
I would release that Deathsaurus instead of the Nemesis or the Ark, and make your Nemesis and Ark your HasLabs and throw all that
Yeah.
extra stuff behind it.
I agree.
Those needed to be HasLab figures with all the
I'd buy
extra
it.
guns, and bells and whistles, and the paint and all that. And then instead, we got cheaper versions at retail that no one ever was going to pick up, except us, the idiots.
What's
Well-
also interesting too is that regardless of whether the HasLab was funded for this or Star Saber, the Takara Tomy Mall was always going to happen. Like the Japanese audience was always going to get it, which makes it a little bit odd. So, whereas to your point, the Ark and the Nemesis, like they're ships from the show, but they never had robot mode.
Right. What's the retail on those?
Well, the Ark was cheaper. The Ark was like 150, and the Nemesis was like 180 or 199. So,
Okay,
Mhm.
250. You throw in a stand, extra
Yeah.
paint, minifigures,
Yep.
actual transformations, and
Worth
like
it.
the big gaping holes in the sides of the Ark.
Definitely worth it.
What do you tell me? Random dinosaurs.
Did
Is
you
that
know?
Gigapower?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of HasLab, though, did you know that Mexico just put out HasLab Victory Sabers?
what?
A whole bunch of stock of HasLab Victory Sabers showed up in Mexico. At least, so there was times four. There was at least, I saw a pallet of them, which was like at least 50 of them.
Was this online somewhere?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say. Now, when you say
Yeah.
Mexico,
Pictures.
do you mean like is there like a store in the middle of Mexico that what is it at?
No. Hasbro.
Okay,
Hasbro.
Now, when you saw it, did you drink the water?
right. Were you?
I'll send you the pictures.
Did you
Yeah.
have one too many chalupas?
So McLaren says it's likely the return's getting sold off. I'm wondering though if they made additional stock and then they're selling it in a region, like whatever they didn't need to replace
That-
in a
that's-
region. you
That's
know?
possible, but it's being sold. It's for sale, which blows my mind.
It's
I
called
feel
Olays.
robbed.
Is that like the Mexican version of Ollie's? Olays? We'll talk some minifigures here because
Let's move on. Yeah.
YOLO Park has been killing it lately. This is such an interesting company because they come out the gate with a super expensive Optimus Prime that kind of puts anything that 3.0 had done to shame. Granted, you had to build it, and now they're coming out with these mini AMK G1 model kits. Now these are 10 centimeters, so about just under 4 inches, and they're coming out the gate with Starscream, Grimlock, Soundwave, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Megatron, and they're pre-painted and pre-assembled, just like the ones that we got for Rise of the Beasts. And then they're also doing even more Rise of the Beasts model kits. What's more interesting is that some of them are going to have articulated hands. So Scourge and Rhinox are going to have articulated hands and battle masks too. So let's take a quick look at these. No pricing on these yet, but I mean, if the large ones are $35, I mean these miniature ones, I'm really curious what they're going to cost. And you know, these are painted up pretty nice for the size, to be honest.
Yeah,
these look hand painted, but
they're model kits, though, right?
Well, they're the model kits in the sense that you have to pop them together.
Okay, yeah, just like the other ones.
Yeah, they're pre-painted and partially assembled.
I will tell you, they were really good. Like the Optimus kit, it didn't feel like a model kit. It felt like an actual figure.
Yeah, and that's kind of like what they really are at the end of it. They're called model kits, but you're not painting and you're not cutting anything off of sprues. And
the Megatron looked a little funny though.
With these here, I think just it's kind of a thing about their size. Again, these are 4 inches, approximately 4 inches tall.
Yeah.
They're super deformed.
They're not super deformed, but I think that their proportions are a little off. Like they're a little squat.
Chibi, yeah.
But they're not like super chibi, and I feel like, you know, if you have like a diorama or a smaller display, these would be right up. I'm surprised Sportimus hasn't said, "Hey, they're Dave scale." And then of course we get a look at the. Was that?
Yeah, I wish I had gone with those rather than Fans Toys. The Gigapower.
And I think Princeton's right. This is the way they should have done the red line.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I don't know how this company's selling these figures.
They're cheap too.
Yeah.
They're so
and
cheap.
They're very good quality, and the paint that's on there is pretty well done.
Right. Meanwhile, the red line's made of bubble gum,
and it's $30.
Yeah.
Do these come with weapons?
No. Well, I don't know.
It doesn't detail what weapons they come with, but they had said previously that, you know, they were going to go back, and so Cheetor here obviously comes with a staff. I'm not sure why this is so warped.
Oh wait, this is the AM. This is the bigger one.
Yeah. So Scourge. If we go back here, Scourge and Rhinox and Cheetor are all larger.
The AMK series.
Yeah, but the small ones, I believe they're being called the Mini AMK or the AMK Mini. But,
this is relatively old news. I guess we didn't cover it.
Yeah, no, we haven't talked about it yet. But, I mean, these look cool.
They do look cool.
To seeing more of these. I have the Primal and the Prime. I might get Scourge out of these if he's just as cheap as the others.
What was the one that lights up? Was that 3.0?
Well, that was 3.0, we think. But I mean, these things are, God, like a quarter of the cost of a 3.0.
Yeah.
So
$35.
Yeah, if not a fifth of the cost of a 3.0. So, you know, I could deal with having a Scourge that doesn't have metal and a light up chest, you know, and he'd look fine with my Prime and Primal. And he does feature a removable face mask, which, you know, I think that's pretty cool.
I really don't know how they're doing it, because I mean, $35, and you know, the quality's pretty good.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Don't question it. Shush.
All right, they should be cheaper.
Yeah. Let's talk Rise of the Beast real quick while we're on this. Rise of the Beast didn't do so hot. Now,
Oh, really?
yeah, so Rise of the Beast has just exited theaters. It came out in May.
How much?
So basically, Rise of the Beast earned 156 million, a little over 156 million. So when you look at the domestic box office, like the last night was not all that great, 130. Bumblebee was a little bit less, 127. And Rise of the Beast did better domestically than either of those movies, but globally, the last night did 605 million. Bumblebee did 467, but the last Rise of the Beast only did 429. So it wasn't a huge.
Right.
I don't think the movie had like the biggest budget per se.
That was pre-pandemic.
That looks different.
When people cared about going to the movies, now everybody's lazy and you can't get nobody to go to work.
People still do care about going to the movies. I mean, there have been some movies that
know.
did really well. Like,
Well, I went and I liked it.
I did too. Speaking of Rise of the Beast, did you get the images of the exosuit?
I thought we covered that already.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, it's old news.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the scout class Noah.
Okay, all
It
right.
looks like it was meant to be another. It looked like it was meant to be another. Core class Noah.
It's
it looked
core
like it was
class?
meant to be. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they got to be in scale, Sony.
are you sure? Because it's got a backpack,
Yes.
and a jet.
It's a core class.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's even.
All right, never mind. Carry on.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
gonna
you-
weigh on this and say it's Titan class.
All right, you
We
can
got
move on.
as much stuff as Rumble and Frenzy.
But,
Anyway.
Princeton says, I believe they had a budget of 300 to 400 million.
Yeah, so if that's the case with whatever their marketing budget is, it's hard to say whether they even broke even. Now they'll also account merchandise sales into that.
I'm sure they sold enough toys.
Yeah.
I thought the movie was good. Second favorite Transformers movie.
I liked it.
I'd watch it again.
It was my favorite Transformers movie
Wait,
outside
what?
of the 80s one.
Oh, okay.
I don't count the animated. That will always be best.
Yeah. So here's the
Okay.
even
I didn't realize we had this already.
yeah. But to me, it doesn't look like it's either based on concept art or it was originally meant to be another pretender. Because I don't see it.
Right. Never
He's a
happened
mini
to me.
god.
I thought studios were supposed to be, movie accurate, and then that never happened in the movie.
Well, sometimes they're based on concept art that doesn't
Oh,
doesn't come to fruition.
gotcha.
So.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to make you.
No, all good. Off of that, we got one more bit of news, and this is not really Transformers news, though it is related to Rise of the Beasts, and that is Hasbro is going to sell their E1 film studio and TV business to Lionsgate. So it's being sold for approximately $500 million, $375 million in cash, subject to certain purchasing price adjustments and assumption by Lionsgate Production financing loans.
That's not a lot.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, have they had any movies that have been like massive hits? That's outside of the original Transformers movies, I think all of the G.I. Joe movies have kind of been duds. Dungeons and Dragons, despite being liked, really underperformed. And, really, I don't think they've had anything land. I think it's unfortunate. I think they should have just ditched Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, but I feel like that guy got the ride he did just because the initial Transformers movies were so successful. So
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Most unfortunate.
So, and another little interesting tidbit is with Activision. So recently, Activision was acquired, or Activision Blizzard was acquired by Microsoft, and people have been clamoring for a re-release of the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, and Transformers Devastation games.
What?
And there's been rumors going around that Activision lost the hard drives with the source code of these games.
Why would
I heard that they said it was a lie.
Well, they did clarify on that. And there was a secondary article that came out where Hasbro talked about it. So the official statement from Hasbro: to clarify, the comments suggest Transformers games have been lost were made in error. We apologize to Activision and regret any confusion. They've been great partners, and we look forward to the opportunities to work together. It's just interesting because that initially came out from Activision.
Yeah.
You know, there was a whole Q&A about it. I would have thought that the game would have been, you know, when they first started saying like, oh, we're going to do studio series releases, I was like, oh, well, obviously that means they're probably going to re-release the games. Like I was expecting them to like stealth release, like as a collection. Because I mean,
I wonder what does Partsformer down there think about that? Do you want the games to come back? He says yes. Any video game should always come back.
Would it be the same game? Because why would people care?
It would just be playable on newer
Oh,
systems.
I see.
well, to be fair, they did re-release Fall of Cybertron as it was an HD release, came out on PC and Xbox One a couple years back. Because I have it on my Xbox One, and I'm curious why they would even think it would be that hard to port them, considering that all of these games, all three of the games, got PC releases. Modern consoles run on x86 hardware, and the unfortunate state of affairs with gaming right now is that we're getting a lot of HD re-releases that are basically like taking the PC games, sliding everything up to the max, unlocking the frame rate or setting the frame rate to 60 or 120 with performance or quality modes. You know, and then it also would give Nintendo fans the opportunity to finally have these games, because you know they never came out the way that they were on the Wii or the DS or 3DS. They got different versions of the game entirely. I mean, it would definitely be cool to see these get re-released.
I think it would be cool, but I'm cheap and I wouldn't buy it.
I think the saddest part about these games getting re-released would be the reminder that it never got a conclusion. Because if you remember, when Age of Extinction came out, they had that movie tie-in game that was not even really made by High Noon, that had the aligned continuity characters meeting the Age of Extinction's characters.
It was awesome.
So,
Speaking of re-releasing things, Futurama is back on Hulu, and the wife and me want to watch it, so I'm going to be bailing in like 10 minutes here.
right on. Well, we'll get through some third-party stuff.
Let's do it.
We've been a little long in the tooth. There was a lot of Transformers news that came out this week. So let's get into it. First, this one's not going to take too long, but even though people are just now getting this figure, the buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series 102 Optimus, DNA Designs has a huge upgrade kit.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because you're getting the, dual arm cannons. You're getting it looks like a brand new crotch piece, brand new feet, or at least larger feet. And it's interesting because he's taller than the mainline release, which was interesting.
Is that Noah?
Yeah, you're also getting a Noah Diaz figurine in that looks the part.
I forgot who I was talking to, but somebody was saying DNA Design is either working with Hasbro or has an inside track because they're getting the figure before it even freaking comes out. It was on I was on a podcast and the guy was showing Studio Series 86 Grimlock that Grimlock came out with like a painted gold neck, right?
Right.
Instead of the translucent, but underneath that is a sculpted piece.
Right. Well,
that you would only see unless you put a clear piece around it. And that's what DNA Design did. They made a clear piece. And then it's like, well, how did they even know that it was going to be clear?
Yeah, I tend to not get these kits unless they really add to the figure. I'm just kind of happy with what I have. And
you think they're working with Hasbro?
I don't think that they're working with Hasbro per se, but I think that they are getting stolen figures.
Getting it early.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you're going to spend like a couple $100 to get this figure early from the factory, versus the profit you're going to get from selling these kits, because they do have a pretty big fan base.
Yeah. I mean, the only explanation I could come up with of sculpting the neck under a painted piece is they were planning to put out a translucent neck for Grimlock.
Oh, that's possible. Or, I do lean towards the fact that they got the, stolen sample and like, oh, this is here. Though I thought at one point we saw that the neck was originally going to be clear.
And then it changed.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I mean, the little Noah figure is cool.
I just want the Optimus. Come on.
Yeah, where is it?
I do like how much it tidies up this back in the truck mode.
Did you guys see this is back ordered now from Target?
This kit?
If you pre-ordered it, it's now back ordered.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is showing up in stores. I mean, this is also cool. They designed it so everything can fit inside the trailer. If you happen to have a spare trailer,
but it says estimated August 2 through 7, which is now.
All right, we got one more little bit of third-party news, and then we'll cover a couple things from non-Transformers stuff, regular action figure releases. This one, I'm glad you're still here, Sony, because this one's interesting.
Oh shit!
Sony and Matt, this is from a new company, YCO1.
It's Siang Culture.
Siang Culture. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah, this is their Metroplex, and a lot of people are drawing parallels to the Like Toys Davis. No price on this. I haven't seen any measurements. I know like Third Party Unlimited, Ben's Collectibles were sharing this out. These are really
measurements. They have measurements.
There are.
Yeah. It's and the price is out too.
Oh.
U.S. retail price is $220.
So basically, like a Titan class. But how tall is it?
This was 18 inches.
Okay, so a little bit shorter than the
Titan
scale. Yeah.
Yeah. If you followed my Facebook, you would know.
I looked on your Facebook. I was trying to find this.
Yeah, I think it was like 17 and change.
Yeah.
It costs too much.
It looks awesome though.
Yeah. But only concession I have looking at it is why do they have snap-on wheels?
Yeah, 18 inches. Now the Chinese, the PO price, this doesn't mean anything, but the PO price is $105. So it shows these prices probably gonna be like $150. Is my guess. That's my guess. $150.
But this looks really good. I mean,
it's
the
Legends.
Lights, yeah. The lights on here. Like they put lights on the feet.
The lights are awesome. Yeah.
Curious how many button cell batteries this thing's gonna take.
I really wish they would. I mean, I don't need masterpiece scale. I just want it like 23 inches. Just give me like 22, 22. Yeah. It's fine.
That was going to be my comment there. You said it was 18. I was like, man, if they just made this the same size.
Yeah.
I will never do, like when they release the body for Fort Max, I'm not getting it. It's
too big.
It's way too big. And it's just like, well, you know, it costs way too much. I have a Fort Max. I have a Metroplex. They sit up on a big shelf. They tower over everything already. They don't need to be in scale.
It'll be the centerpiece of your collection.
It would be a dude that sits on my couch all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this it looks really good, but I just wish it was a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
You can't have a Metroplex shorter than, combiners.
Yeah, I imagine if like this thing was on Dave's couch, it would scare the crap out of him.
It's for legend scale.
Yeah, it's for legend.
Well, I get that it's for legend scale, but you can make the argument that at 24 inches, it would still be in legend scale because, like the way he's holding Bumblebee here, Bumblebee is not that big. And if they did make him just a few inches bigger, I mean, Bumblebee would look a little bit smaller and would still be too big. But I feel like they would have been able to corner two markets: Legends collectors, and then of course the people that are, looking for something that can kind of fit in. Because it's like my Unicrons. Like I have
Partsformer. He's yawning down there.
I have Studio Cell and I have the HasLab. Neither of them are in scale. It's impossible to have an in-scale Unicron. So, all right. Well, we'll get off of Transformer stuff.
Well, really quick though, you know what's really crazy about this thing is it looks exactly like the Like Toys, and even has the same light up parts.
Right, and that was what I said. When we got onto this, is it's like it looks a lot like the Like Toys Davis, and I mean even the mouth opening.
I wonder if they sold it because they couldn't make it. Maybe they couldn't make it.
It's possible when they were looking for a man, because Hutz Lionel had said the whole time that it wasn't going to be 3D printed and it was going to be injection molded. And I wonder if in the process of looking for a factory, the design got stolen.
Either that or they made a concession and were like, hey, we can't print this at that size. We'll make it this size and sell it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Even that shoulder is identical to what Like Toys was doing.
And did you mention the price on this already?
Yeah, $220 US.
That's not for a Titan figure with all this much detail.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Like I said, if it was 4 inches bigger,
yeah,
I'd be interested.
Not quite Titan.
Yeah.
Just shy of being Titan.
I mean, it is a Titan. Like Metroplex
I'm just saying.
Titan, but yes, it's not. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get out of the Transformers news. We missed a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff last week, so let's get into that, and we'll wrap up with X-Men '97 because that stuff's all out. So, SDCC, they had the G.I. Joe display. Obviously, the His Tank, which should be coming relatively soon. And
I could have sworn we covered this. Maybe not.
We talked about the troop builders.
Okay. The 3-pack.
Oh, there's the box. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, the box is really nice. This is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive.
It looks wonderful. His Tank.
Each guy has their own box.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the 3-pack.
Okay.
I was gonna
They're, of course they're Pulse exclusive.
It looks awesome.
And let's see here. Let's go back to SDCC. So we didn't talk about we didn't get to the new Tiger Force figures last week, but we get Tiger Force Flint and Python Patrol Vipra, and these kind of came and went for pre-order already.
Yeah, pre-ordered Vipra because she has double-jointed elbows and she looks neat.
Yeah,
I swear we talked about this.
We mentioned them, but we didn't actually get to pull them up.
Okay.
I don't know what we talked about on the show, but we talked in the group chat.
Well, we didn't have these images either. So.
No, we did. Minor reuse of parts, but I'm cool with that.
You also have to give it to. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm happy that a couple of female figures got double jointed elbows that didn't previously have them, but they put them on old bodies. They don't do that with Marvel Legends. They have to make a whole new body.
And I will tell you, for as rubbish as some of the photography is for like Transformers and all, whoever does the photography for the G.I. Joe team is like, they are selling these things like hotcakes. Like this is, I mean, they could sell a photo book of all these images from the line, and someone, I guarantee you, would sell.
Sony has a photo book.
I don't think anybody's really going to care about the reuse of Storm Shadow's weapons, and that's the skull mask that came with the SDCC Zartan. So, but yeah, I like this one. Flint, I don't know. This one,
Skippity pass.
Yeah, pass. I will say,
he does have more weapons. That's awesome.
I was gonna say that's the major saving grace of this release is that he comes with something other than that shotgun. And did he have the pistol in the original release? I can't remember.
I feel like all he had was that shotgun.
Yeah.
And the beret, and
he didn't have the machete for sure, and I don't think he had that pistol at all. But I'm surprised that they're doing this, considering that Flint was a shell former.
Yeah, we did cover this because I remember saying, "Oh, look at how much stuff you get."
I don't think it was this one though.
I don't remember seeing all that. To be honest.
I mean, not these pictures. Oh, look at that! They got the hat flying off.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Pretty cool.
This guy is really good.
Yeah.
Matt didn't talk about it.
That is well photographed. I like that.
Then we got
But
another.
I'm skipping him unless he's on deep clearance.
I think he will be. I don't really see this one selling. I mean, even Duke went on clearance. Duke and the Duke's a big character, but that Tiger Force Duke got down to like $15.
Less than that.
Really?
Yeah.
I got one for $9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I have to bounce, but
oh, good man.
Thanks. It was good to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
It was fine.
I'll make sure not to end broadcast.
So this one here is interesting. So this is coming from Hiya Toys and their G.I. Joe figures. This is not in scale with classified. However, it is classified price. It's $24.99, and it is a 1/18 scale, 3 3/4 inch figure. This looks pretty good for what it is.
Yeah, Hiya Toys seems to almost always deal in that 1/18 scale.
Yeah. They've stuck their toe in the water of 1/12 scale.
But most of their figures are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good, but I will skippity pass.
I'm too into classified, but I love what you get for the price here. You get a display base. It looks like they're going to interlink. You get a lot of accessories.
As long as his flak jacket is removable and there's some like play to all of that, that's worth $25 to me.
It's really cool for people that like that scale.
Yeah. It's also interesting too that we've got 3-0, we've got Super 7, we've got Hasbro, Hiya Toys. I feel like I'm missing one, Mezco. So it's really, really interesting to see them, stretching the line out that much, or stretching the brand out. But I mean, it's even more interesting to see that you can get different styles of Joes, across the board. Next up, we're not going to spend too much time on this. McFarlane Summer Showcase. They've got new stuff coming. More Batman 66. I guess that's probably been selling okay.
I don't remember him at all.
I don't remember the Bat Robot either. I think it was like a 1-episode thing.
That was a crossover with Gilligan's Island. The professor built it.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
I'm making that up on the spot.
Oh, it sounded plausible for the era.
Mm-hmm.
What's really interesting is McFarlane picked up the World of Warcraft license.
No, that's cool.
So, I'll be curious to see how this plays out because they're doing posed PVC statues, and I don't know. I don't know that there's that big of a market for those. I think that they'd be better off doing like their Warhammer figures. It seems like the Warhammer figures are selling really well. And these are also 6-inch posed PVC statues. So it's like they're going back to like old McFarlane.
In
And
that case,
that's always been more or less where his heart has been.
if that's the case, skippity pass.
Yeah.
Skippity
And it's sad too because they also got Diablo, and I could care less about World of Warcraft because I never got into it. But it's like, man, there's so many cool designs with Diablo they could do, and they're going to do posed statues. And then of course
They're gonna randomly have regular figures at some point, I bet.
Expansion of superpowers, but not really in that old 90s design. And of course you get the whirly bat. Well, let's move on to the last bit of news. We'll wrap up the show on this one because this one's actually pretty cool. X-Men 97's right around the corner, and some of the merchandise has already shown up in Walmart. The little 3 3/4-inch figures, they're actually posable. I'm kind of curious to see how those are.
Oh, that explains why the box was different on the one that was found than the ones that were posted for pre-order. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll scroll down. All the X-Men 97 stuff is coming in the retro card back.
And on T-Man 978's Chill Review Facebook page, he has links.
Man, what a helpful guy.
Darkman, Sony just bounced early. He and his wife are going to watch Futurama.
That's what they call it. Watch Futurama.
This is an interesting lineup. The only one that I'm interested in getting is this Magneto, because I never got one of the retro Magnetos, and I don't have one. I also like what they did with the guys.
Charles. Did Charles die in the last episode?
I don't think he did.
I don't remember where they left off. I'm gonna have to go back
and
watch the last few episodes.
I've been desperately trying to watch the show on Disney Plus, but it didn't age well for me personally.
Is it
got a rat?
I'll give it to them with this Wolverine. There's a decent amount of accessories here.
And it has pinless joints all of a sudden.
Unlike that Magneto that should have at least come with the magnetism effect, but
or an unmasked head.
Or an unmasked head. This one you get the unmasked head and the hood down and the masked head and alternate hands.
Yeah. Well, they know Wolverine's their bread and butter for this.
No picture of Jean and Scott.
Not yet. They're probably in the next wave. Storm looks mostly the same as the previous ones, but again, she's pinless. But
she got a new head.
Yeah, single jointed elbows still, despite being pinless. And Gambit's now pinless, but again, looks to be exactly the same as the retro card back. Granted, I say exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah, all of them should have new heads. Bare minimum, at least, anyway.
Yeah.
Rogue, same body, even has that defect in her hip.
Yeah. I don't like this face sculpt that much because it looks more realistic, and I find that the retro card back one looks more like the cartoon.
I don't know. The retro card back always had the cock eyes.
The reissue didn't.
I can't remember.
Not to dig mine out. Yeah, if I were to get any, I'd probably just get Magneto because I still need one. Are you guys in on any of these?
I would get Bishop because he looks different, and I would have to stop myself from getting that Wolverine.
Yeah, I would probably pick up that Wolverine on a whim.
Yeah.
But the rest are not. Again, the lack of, like, Gambit's got decent effects. Magneto, I would probably have picked up if he had more to it. But
yeah,
it's a shame Bishop doesn't come with any effects.
I don't think we won't even be able to find that Wolverine.
Now, Wolverine typically isn't short packed anymore.
I was gonna say, you say that, but they flood the shelves. Yeah. Every time he's in a wave, that dude is everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Like the Target I used to go to, they would get 1 or 2 of these characters, and never get the rest of them. Like I've never seen the whole Across the Spider-Verse wave ever.
I see them all the time. I've seen them at Walmart. Like
that's my problem. I don't go to Walmart at all.
Yeah, the Walmart had everything but Cyborg Spider-Woman. Oh, actually, I ended up seeing her there, but I saw.
Now I've seen that a billion times.
Yeah, I saw the entire wave on the. I think that one time I was in Walmart and asked you guys if anybody needed one. It was like the entire wave, everything. So, but I'm at least glad to see this packaging come back. I mean, Hasbro's winding down on the plastic-free packaging. I think the amount of swaps and shrink bit them in the ass.
Oh yeah, and when they showed that Marvel Knights wave, all of that had windows. Or the wave with the new Daredevil and who else? Blade. Yeah, all of them have windows now.
I did see that meme, TKO.
J. Coleman is Bishop.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're wearing the same clothing. It's kind of crazy.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Look it up after the show.
Holy shit! No, we're gonna look at this right now.
Yeah, he's a train conductor.
So while you're looking it up, my question is, when does X-Men 97 debut? There it is. And I looked up the image of Gary Coleman separately outside this meme, and that's no one doctored that image. That's correct.
So it says anytime between September and November of this year. If merchandise is hitting now, I would assume probably September.
But it's not. When's the release date on these pre-orders, T?
You know what? I don't remember.
What I was leading up to is that it's almost been kind of criminal with the lack of, like, Ninja Turtles did it right, but it seems like Hasbro and the Marvel properties can't seem to line up a toy on the shelf to match release date of their IP movie, TV show, or whatever. Like, I know COVID threw everything off,
Well,
but
they did pretty good with Rise of the Beast. I'll give them that, even if the movie got delayed.
I mean, I guess, but I haven't even to this day, I still don't see like a flood of Rise of the Beast things on the shelf. There's maybe a Hook, maybe two.
Say like Bumblebee and Airazor are pretty much
right, but where's Rhinox? Where's
I honestly haven't seen a ton of them.
I saw Cheetor.
I've seen Cheetor, right?
And
all-time toys got in Studio Series Rhinox.
Yeah.
The Walmart releases, I've seen the line releases. I've seen those, but like I'd probably impulse buy a Rhinox because that transformation is pretty cool.
Yeah,
but
their distribution really needs to be worked on. I know for a long time, they were blaming the ports in California, but it just amazes me that McFarlane is able to get their stuff out like all the Blue Beetle stuff showing up now. Playmates has had no problem getting their Ninja Turtle stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you can't go into any store without seeing the Mutant Mayhem stuff all over.
The Mario toys.
Right.
Yeah, the Mario toys landed. So it just seems like Hasbro is the only company in the business that has the problem. Dungeons and Dragons is probably like the only exception.
My Target and my Walmart just finally started getting at least a few Buzz Lightyear toys. I've finally seen a few.
Don't complain too much. Dan Yoon might be watching us, so be careful.
Yeah. The other one too is like that nobody really thinks about is Lego. Like Lego gets their stuff out like right when it needs to be. But yeah, it's a question that people want to dodge, like that people that are Hasbro fans and Hasbro themselves. And if you're critical, it's like, obviously there's a strike in California that's causing issues with shipping. But yeah, it's one of those questions I don't think we're going to get a straight answer on for years.
Probably not. So you're going to wrap the show, and you're still not going to show that fucking vehicle Voltron that I've been trying to get you to show for the entire show.
I don't. Oh, okay, I apologize.
I put it in our private chat. I put it in our.
I apologize.
Chat.
Sony said okay. Breaking. We're gonna look at this this Action Toys vehicle Voltron.
What's breaking?
Well, we're breaking it here. Okay. So this is a like their well, how big is this thing?
It is a non-chibified, fully combined, can break into 15 vehicles, 9.5-inch figure. It looks like ABS and not diecast. We don't know a whole lot about it. Or see, it says mini action, so it's a smaller version. I feel like this. I don't remember how tall the micro Lucky Cat Voltron is. The boxy one, the one that forms into the cubes. I don't know. I can't remember offhand how tall he is, but I feel like this probably will line up with that. Let me look it up real quick because I'm not sure.
So BBTS's price is $65. I'm sure, if you were to go through an Asian market, you'd probably be able to get this closer to $50 if I had to guess.
T-Man said that looks awesome.
I'd be really curious to see what the articulation. They have this one picture here, but I'm curious if it pulls off any tricks.
Oh, so I'm wrong. So the Lucky Cat Micro Cosmos Elvis Voltron, whatever the hell, is actually 6.5 inches, whereas the Action Toys vehicle Voltron. Let's see if I can get, because BBTS does not actually list the size of it. Someone found it in another listing.
I'm trying to see if they have there. Yeah, they just have the chibi one.
Yeah, and the imports that I've checked do not seem to have this one posted yet. Let's see, Action Toys.
So what's going on with his face here? It's the reflection. I was like, in this picture, it almost looks like he's got like a cat face, but it's the red reflecting on his mouth.
Yeah, no posting on Show Z yet.
No.
So let me check Bombusby because they've proven themselves to me as a worthy retailer. I've purchased both of my Chibi Voltrons through Bombusby, and they are reliable. Oh, okay. So interestingly, the same company, Action Toys, on Bombusby. I don't have. If you can just see that on my phone without me clicking something, they have the great prototype for a Lion Force Voltron of the same scale.
Huh.
So it looks like they are doing for those people that don't like chibi-fied figures, they're doing 2 miniature Voltrons. After having collected, though, both of those figures, I kind of wish, I don't know how much of a wish this is, but I wish someone would release a Gladiator Voltron.
No. I'm sure that'll probably come. I'm surprised we haven't heard anything coming out of or any new Soul Chigokin stuff.
Well, we have. Soul Chigokin is doing a Legendary Defender Voltron. We know that from the toy from SDCC.
Oh, I missed that.
They had it on display. There's 2 companies are doing a Legendary Defender Voltron. One is Soul Chigokin.
Huh.
All right, we talked about it. You can end the show now.
All right. Well, we'll wrap up here. Again, we didn't have Dave tonight, but we're still working on figuring out the next episode of Figure Reaction. So that'll do it for us. Go ahead and give us a follow over on Facebook at the Figure Action Podcast. We also have an Instagram page. Got to get back to posting pictures on there. And be sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because again, we do have a secondary show, Figure Reaction, and I know Sony's expressed some interest in getting the B-sides back together. So we want to get those on the docks. Well, that'll do it for us. Make sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. And we will see you all on the next show next Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern, right here on the Figure Action Podcast YouTube.
And real quick, Sportimus, to answer your question, Legendary Defender Voltron is the Netflix Voltron. Goodbye, everybody.